Okay, quick demonstration of how this system works, starting from nothing. First thing I might do is hold clear and wipe all the tracks of the T1. This is the master clock, although it could potentially be slaved to the pulsar. The pulsar could potentially be the master clock if I just swap some cables around the back, but currently this is master, so when I hit play here, clock goes everywhere. Mainly to, we have steppy, clock goes to pulsar, clock goes to the OP1. And okay, so the clock is running, and I have all of these really low profile cables that I made. They're very cheap to make. They're just little ring terminals, 3mm ring terminals that you get from any electronics store, and this is 18 AWG hookup wire. It's just basic, super basic, and I've color coded these things. So I have a kind of an elaborate system of color code. Sorry, I'm just going to turn the hi-hat off because it's annoying. So I have a mult here, and I can just go click, and the hi-hat is no longer being routed through. So I sort of have choice A, choice B output, and then choice C, choice D output. So over here, around the clock, these different colors correspond to those different choices. And then down here at the bottom, I have these different, what I call tails, that are ready to be patched to different trigger inputs of the 4 voices of pulsar. This yellow one, this white one here denotes the inversion circuit. If you know pulsar, then you know that there's all these like handy utility zones, and one of them is an inversion. So you're putting a square wave of the pulse, the clock output, and you're getting the opposite. In other words, you're getting the off hat, the up hat. So I patched that. We're now getting an off hat, and I'm going to take the effect off, which is just a delay. It's just to add groove. You may also notice that I have these little plastic zip ties, and they just allow me to easily move the knobs without having to put two fingers on a knob and turn. I could potentially move more than one knob at the same time. So when you're moving quickly and in the moment, it's great. You can kind of throw your hand around and catch the release of the hi-hat and bring it back. I'm doing that a lot. So down here, this switcher box is really a similar kind of concept. In fact, it's the same concept as this passive mult. So when I push this down, we're going to get 1/8 notes on the hi-hat. And if I push this one down, we get 16ths. So this is just allowing me to switch between 2 different divisions for the hi-hat, but for the kick drum, I have these switchers instead. So this black cable denotes the output of this row, and this is black with a black tag on it, and this black one with a white tag denotes the output of this row. And each of these columns is getting the same clock division. The first division here is actually the broken beat, which is generated by chaos. So again, if you know pulsar, chaos is basically generating a pseudo-random pattern for you. So I'm clocking it, and so now we're getting whatever chaos is producing for me, and if I do that, I get something a little different. Okay, so staying on the kick, okay, I'm going to turn the modulation amount down, and then just kind of set it to a key, a pitch. So this is a really kind of fundamental part of how what I do works, is using the kick drum as a bass line. And so I always have this particular patch. I mean, I could lift it up and push it somewhere else, but it's always on this pitch modulation, and that is driven by one of these attenuverters, or yeah, the one that says LFO. So And this is actually a combination of the built-in LFO of Pulsar plus the 3-bit output of Chaos. So the cool thing about Pulsar is you can add the voltages together. So I am just adding those two together and then outputting there. So when I turn this up, so you get this kind of like silly bassline-y nonsense, grimy bassline kind of thing going on, and it's very groovy. And so I can also so you can kind of create all sorts of slinky, bassline-y grooves on the kick, and so I just do that all the time. Okay, so now I can like start bringing other parts in. And over on Steppy, I have my main way of sequencing the snare. So I just usually do 2 and 4. And so that is coming back on this orange one. So you can see I've stacked. I also have the black output from the switcher box, so I can so we can do runs and flams and stuff like that. I reckon that's good for a part 1. Let me know if this is interesting and you want to see more, because there's a whole lot more going on.